Hi, this is Daria. Thank you so much for your purchase from Maya Belle Jewelry of your fingerprint piece. I am giving you a small tutorial that hopefully will make it a little bit easier for you to have a visual on how best to create your fingerprint mold successfully. So when you receive your mold materials, you will find in the package a prepaid return label. You will also find baggies containing white Sculpey, as well as another baggie or baggies, depending on how many fingerprints you have purchased, containing cardstock, which when your mold is hardened and dried, you can place the final mold in an individual baggie and write the details that you'd like on cardstock and place that in the baggie with your fingerprint. So this is the easiest mold I've found. I used to use a different type of mold that a lot of customers had trouble using because it dried so quickly. Although the detail that was obtained from it was beautiful, it just caused a lot of trouble because it just dried so quickly and was kind of difficult to work with. So this is the best thing I've come up with. I've done a lot of research, and it's funny that something as small as Sculpey is a great alternative to create a fingerprint mold. So in your bag, you will find a square of white Sculpey, and you can actually create two prints from one individual bag. So if you purchased two fingerprint molds or two fingerprint pieces, you will be able to use the one Sculpey square to create both pieces. So when you open your baggie, you will see the white square, and you can just split it in half, and it doesn't have to be exact. Roll it into a ball, and place the Sculpey on a flat surface. You can just use a table in your kitchen is absolutely fine, or any flat surface is fine. So before you take the fingerprints, just make sure the hands are clean and dry. You don't want any particles or fuzz getting into your mold. And also, you can take a look at the fingers, and each finger actually has a different print and different swirl and pattern on them. So if you are able to, take a look at the finger that you like best, and the swirl that you prefer, and if you can, include that finger and try to include the swirl design into your mold. So also, if the child is under 2, many times their fingerprint isn't fully formed yet. So instead of just getting a flat dip of their finger, which is really adorable when it comes out, because although the lines aren't super strong, you're actually getting an impression of their finger at that age, which is really cute. But if you would like a little bit of detail, I would definitely recommend taking the small child's print down to the first knuckle crease in their finger. So for example, to this first crease here in the finger, if it's a small child and you take a little bit below that on the mold, that will actually come up, very fine detail will come up in the mold. That will again come up in the fine silver, and it's really cute. So the little knuckle turns out very nicely in the fine silver. So again, hands clean and dry, and roll it into a ball on a flat surface, your Sculpey, and just place the finger from the center of the Sculpey down, and just push hard enough, just firmly. And I like to rock the finger back and forth so that you get the full detail of the finger. And when you lift it and you look right at your Sculpey, you can't see it here, but the lines are very detailed, and you can see it before it's even hardened. So once you have the fingerprint, you can just gently remove it from your surface and place it in a toaster oven, which I recommend lining with tinfoil. Although it's non-toxic, you don't want it to stick to the tray. So just line it with a little bit of tinfoil and bake it at 275 for 15 minutes, and it doesn't matter if you have 1, 2, or 5 prints. You can place them all on the same tray with the tin foil. So 275 for 15 minutes. Once it's cool, it'll be completely hardened and a solid fingerprint mold, which you can then send back to me in the individual baggies with the cardstock and the detail for each one. Again, if you have any questions, just please feel free to email me either through Etsy or my email address, and that is Maya Belle Jewelry, MAYABELLE Jewelry, JEWELRY @gmail.com. And thank you so much for, again, giving me the honor of creating this for you and your family.